You got your Bible? Let's read. We're going to be reading from 1 Kings chapter 4, 5, 6. 1 Kings chapter 4 is Solomon's administrations. 1 Kings chapter 5 is Solomon prepares to build the temple. 1 Kings chapter 6 is Solomon builds a temple. I'm going to be reading from the King James Version. Come join me. Starting at 1 Kings chapter 4. So King Solomon was king over all Israel, and these were the princes which he had: Azariah, the son of Jotham the priest, Eloreph and Hisham, the sons of Isha, scribes, Jehoshaphat, the son of Ilda, the recorder, and Benaiah, the son of Jodagah, was over the host, and Jacah and Abiathar were the priests, and Azariah, the son of Nathan, was over the officers, and Jabud, the son of Nathan, was principal officer and the king's friend, and Ashar was over the household, and Ithream, the son of Abda, was over the tribute. And Solomon had 12 officers over all Israel, which provided vessels for the king in his household. Each man his month in a year made provisions. And these are the names of the son of in Mount Ephraim, the son of Degar in Mazah, and in Eshembim, Bashem, and Elobethlehem, the son of Hedish, and Rehoboth. To him pertaineth Sokol in all the land of Hebar, the son of Benadab, and all the region of Dor, which had Tepeth, the daughter of Solomon, to wife. Benaiah, the son of Hiladah, to him pertaineth Tanakh and Mediel, and all Bethshan, which is by Zethran, beneath Jezreel, from Bethshan to Melmob, even unto the place that is beyond Jocham, the son of Gibber, in Ramoth Gilead. To him pertaineth the towns of Jair, the son of Masai, which are in Gilead. To him also pertaineth the region of Ergob, which is in Bashan, 80 great cities with walls of brazen bars. Benadad, the son of Edo, had Menah. Azimah was a Netha, and also took Basmath, the daughter of Solomon, to wife. Benai, son of Hishai, was in Asher and in Aleph. Jehoshaphat, the son of Perer, in Issachar. Shem, the son of Elah, in Benjamin. Gabar, the son of Uri, was in the country of Gilead, in the country of Shion, king of Amorites, and of Og, king of Bashan, and was the only officer which was in the land. Judah and Israel were many, as the sand which is by the sea in multitude, eating and drinking and making merry. And Solomon reigned over all kingdoms, from the river unto the land of the Philistines, and unto the border of Egypt. They brought presents and served Solomon all the days of his life. And Solomon's provisions for one day was 30 measures of fine flour, and 80 measures of meal, 10 fat oxen, and 20 oxen out of the pastures, and 100 sheep, beside harts, and roebucks, and fallow deer, and fatted owl. For he had dominion over all the region on this side of the river, from Teshmesh even to Azul, over all the kings of on the side of the river. And he had peace on all sides round about, and Judah and Israel dwelt safely, every man under his vine and under his fig tree, from Dan even to Beersheba, all the days of Solomon. And Solomon had 40,000 stalls of horses for his chariots, and 12,000 horsemen. And those officers provided victuals for King Solomon, and for all that came unto King Solomon's table, every man in his month. They lacked nothing. Barley also, and straw for the horses, and drumsticks brought they unto the place where the officers were, every man according to his charge. And God gave Solomon wisdom and understanding, exceeding much, and largeness of heart, even as the sand that is on the seashore. And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country, and all the wisdom of Egypt. For he was wiser than all men, than Ethan and the Azarite, and Hiram, and Shalom, and they are the sons of Mala. And his fame was in all nations round about. And he spake 3,000 proverbs, and his songs were 1,005. And he spake of trees, from the cedar tree that is in Lebanon, even unto the hyssop that springeth out of the wall. He spake also of beasts, and of fowl, and of creeping things, and of fishes. And there came of all people to hear the wisdom of Solomon, from all kings of the earth, which he heard of his wisdom. I'm reading now 1 Kings chapter 5. And Hiram king of Tyre sent his servants unto Solomon, for he had heard that they had anointed him king in the room of his father, for Hiram was ever a lover of David. And Solomon said to Hiram, saying, Thou knowest how that David my father could not build an house unto the name of the Lord his God, for the wars which were about him on every side, until the Lord put them under the soles of his feet. But now the Lord my God hath given me rest on every side, so there is neither adversary nor evil occurring. And behold, I purpose to build an house unto the name of the Lord my God, as the Lord spake unto David my father, saying, Thy son, whom I will set upon thy throne in thy room, he shall build an house unto my name. Now therefore command thou that they hew me cedar trees out of Lebanon, and my servants shall be with thy servants, and unto thee will I give hire for thy servants according to all that thou hast according to all that thou shalt appoint. For thou knowest that there is not among us any that can skill to hew timber like unto the Sidonians. And it came to pass, when Hiram heard the words of Solomon, that he rejoiced greatly, and said, Blessed be the Lord this day, which hath given unto David a wise son over this great people. And Hiram sent to Solomon, saying, I have considered the things which thou sentest to me, and I will do all thou desire concerning timber of cedar and concerning timber of fir. My servants shall bring them down from Lebanon unto the sea, and I will convey them by sea and floats unto the place that thou shalt appoint me, and will cause them to be discharged there, and thou shalt receive them, and thou shalt accomplish my desire, in giving food for my household. So Hiram gave Solomon cedar trees for fir trees according to all his desire. And Solomon gave Hiram 20,000 measures of wheat for food to his household, and 20 measures of pure oil. Thus gave Solomon to Hiram year by year. And the Lord gave Solomon wisdom as he promised. And there was peace between Hiram and Solomon, and they two made a league together. And King Solomon raised a levy out of all Israel, and the levy was 30,000 men. And he sent them to Lebanon, 10,000 a month by courses. A month they were in Lebanon, and 2 months at home. And Adoram was over the levy. And Solomon had 70,000 that bare burdens, and 80,000 hewers in the mountains, beside the chief of Solomon's officers, which were over the work, 3,300, which ruled over the people that wrought in the work. And the king commanded that they brought great stones, costly stones, and hewed stones to lay the foundation of the house. And Solomon's builders and Hiram's builders did hew them in the stone squares. So they prepared timber and stones to build the house. I'm reading the last chapter of the night. It is 1 Kings chapter 6. And it came to pass in the 418th year after the children of Israel were come out of the land of Egypt, in the 4th year of Solomon's reign over Israel, in the month of Siva, which is in the 2nd month, that he began to build the house of the Lord. In the house which King Solomon built for the Lord, the length thereof was 80 cubits, and the breadth thereof was 20 cubits, and the height thereof 30 cubits. And the porch before the temple of the house, 20 cubits, was the length thereof according to the breadth of the house, and the 10 cubits was the breadth thereof before the house. And for the house he made windows of narrow lights. And against the wall of the house he built chambers round about, against the walls of the house round about, both of the temple and of the oracle. And he made chambers round about, and neithermost chambers was 5 cubits broad, and the middle was 6 cubits broad, and the third was 7 cubits broad. For without in the wall of the house he made narrowed rests round about, that the beams should not be fastened in the walls of the house. And the house, when it was in building, was built of stone made ready before it was brought thither, so that there was neither hammer nor axe nor any tool of iron heard in the house while it was in building. The door for the middle chamber was in the right side of the house, and they went up the winding stairs unto the middle chamber, and out of the middle unto the third. So he built the house and finished it, and covered the house with beams and boards of cedar. And then he built chambers against all the house, 5 cubits high, and they rested on the house with timber of cedar. And the word of the Lord came to Solomon, saying, concerning this house which thou art in building, if thou wilt walk in my statutes and execute my judgments and keep all my commandments to walk in them, then will I perform my word with thee, which I spake unto David thy father, and I will dwell among the children of Israel, and will not forsake my people Israel. So Solomon built the house and finished it, and he built the walls of the house within the borders of cedar, both the floor of the house and the walls of the ceiling, and he covered them on the inside with wood, and covered the floor of the house with planks of fir. And he built 20 cubits on the sides of the house, both the floor and the walls with boards of cedar. He even built them for it within, even for the oracle, even for the most holy place. In the house that is the temple before it was 40 cubits long, and the cedar of the house within was carved with knobs and open flowers. All was cedar. There was no stone seen. In the oracle he prepared in the house within to set there the ark of the covenant of the Lord. And the oracle of the fourth part was 20 cubits in length and 20 cubits in breadth, and 20 cubits in the height thereof. And he overlaid it with pure gold, and so covered the altar which was of cedar. So Solomon overlaid the house within with pure gold, and he made a partition by the chains of gold before the oracle, and he overlaid it with gold. He overlaid it with gold, and the whole house he overlaid with gold until he had finished all the house. Also the whole altar that was on the oracle he overlaid with gold. And within the oracle he made 2 cherubims of olive tree, each 10 cubits high, and 5 cubits was the one wing of the cherub, and 5 cubits the other wing of the cherub. From the utmost part of the one wing until the utmost part of the other were 10 cubits. And the other cherub was 10 cubits. Both the cherubims were of one measure and one size. The height of the one cherub was 10 cubits, and so was it of the other cherub. And he set the cherubims within the inner house, and they stretched forth the wings of the cherubims, so that the wing of the one touched the one wall, and the wing of the other cherub touched the other wall. And their wings touched one another in the midst of the house. And he overlaid the cherubs with gold, and he carved all the walls of the house round about with carved figures of cherubs and palm trees and open flowers within and without. In the floor of the house he overlaid with gold within and without. For the entering of the oracle he made doors of olive tree. The lintel and side posts were a fifth part of the wall. The two doors also were of olive tree, and he carved upon them carvings of cherubs and palm trees, open flowers, and overlaid them with gold, and spread gold upon the cherubs and upon the palm trees. So also made he for the door of the temple posts of olive tree, a fourth part of the wall. And the 2 doors were of fir tree. The 2 leaves of the one door were folding, and the 2 leaves of the other door were folding. And he carved thereupon cherubs and palm trees and open flowers. He covered them with gold fitted upon the carved work. And he built the inner court with 3 arrows of hewn stone and a row of cedar beams. In the 4th year was the foundation of the house of the Lord laid in the month of Ziv. And in the 11th year, in the month Bul, which is the 8th month, was the house finished throughout all the parts thereof, and according to all the fashion of it. So was the 7 years in building it. I have read 1 Kings chapter 4, 5, 6. 1 Kings chapter 4 is Solomon's ministration. 1 Kings chapter 5 is Solomon prepares to build the temple. 1 Kings chapter 6 is Solomon builds the temple. I plan to come back by the grace of God to read 1 Kings chapter 7, chapter 8, chapter 9 tomorrow. Plan to read 366 days out of the year, reading 3 to 4 scriptures daily. You can find me on social media platform. On Facebook, it is MIN, abbreviated, MIN Chiffon. On Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, it is Minister Chiffon. All right, Minister Chiffon out.